I thought I was like 60% of the way through the main quest. It turns out we may have been 80% of the way through the main quest.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet,
Yeah?
I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Final conversation before the point of no return. Got it. Uh-oh.
Well, folks, I ain't exactly keen on busting into a prison, but riddling bored stooges with bullets does sound like a ride and a half.
Yeah!
I'm not one for pointless heroism, but the board's gonna be after us next. We gonna finish what we started?
That's the plan.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
Mm-hmm. What's so bad about that?
It's a torment, Captain. Think on the deepest, darkest pit you can imagine and wrap it up in a storm so nasty it'll peel the skin right off your bones. That's Tartarus.
That sounds bad.
Still, we can't do nothing. It wouldn't be right.
That's right.
The armed surveillance protocols on a maximum security prison planet are highly sophisticated. As such, escapes are historically quite impossible and deadly.
Okay.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior.
Probably wise.
Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Understood.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
Okay. Well, the game did not terribly directly warn me that we were locking ourselves out of the possibility of fucking over Phineas and siding with the board. But, to its credit, this is the game taking the player, sitting the player down, and saying, look, buddy, this is the point of no return. You're going to the point of no return. Do you understand? Have you been properly warned? This is the point of no return. Good job, game. What does everybody think of this whole point of no return nonsense?
It's the craziest plan I've ever heard.
Good.
And I mean that as a compliment.
Thank you.
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
Felix, are you
I think
bipolar?
it's insane, but maybe the colony needs a healthy dose of insanity right about now.
Mm.
I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
Okay.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain. But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's what our units do best.
Thank you, Sam.
The entire plan is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain, which leads me to illogically believe, against the odds, that you will be successful.
Hooray. Okay, then. Well, I mean, on the one hand, that lady in Byzantium does want to see us dress up in a bunch of outfits,
If we don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
but fuck it.
Got my trusty tossball stick. Got my ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
Outstanding.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Command not recognized.
Waiting
Oh.
on your command, Captain.
Who is coming with us on this mission? I think one of the five, like, we're not taking Sam. I'm sorry, Sam. I like you, but you're not interesting in any way. Vicar Max is probably coming just because narratively, like, he's been there. He knows something about prisons. It makes sense. And, I mean, personality-wise, I probably like Parvati the most out of these four. I feel like Jack Necktie has the best connection with Ellie. I feel like Nyoka is the very best ass kicker of the remaining four. And yet, I can't help but say, I think we need to bring the Dropkick Himbo. I think Felix needs to see. We need to prove to Felix once and for all that I was always going to fuck over the board, no matter what he believed. So Max and Felix, let's go fuck over the board. If you had told me when I got Felix on Groundbreaker that I would take Felix voluntarily into the final mission, I would not have believed you. That is not a thing I would have believed. I would have thought you were lying. I would have thought you were incorrect. You were perhaps deceiving me or even wrong. And yet here we are. Okay, so once again, second time, the game is grabbing me by the scruff of the neck and saying this is the point of no return. You are about to assault the labyrinth on Tartarus, determine the fate of the Halcyon colony. Saves made after this point can only finish the main story. Oh boy. They literally use the phrase, the point of no return. Leroy Jenkins. Oh my god.
I'm pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution.
That sounds about right.
Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Oh. Can you tell me anything useful?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684.
It's kind of low.
Resident escapes are as follows: 0.
Awesome.
The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain.
Thank you.
I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
I tell you what, Ada. Do you promise not to leave without me?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain, unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
No. How? Oh, this isn't Terra 2? My mistake. I'll just leave.
Your ship is not permitted to leave until you remit payment for your fines and submit yourself to execution.
Oh.
Only after your smoking corpse is thrown from an airlock will we lift the lockdown on your spacecraft.
Captain, I would not recommend this course of action.
Fine. Listen, if you wanted to shoot Chairman Rockwell's personal eyebrow stylist simply because I am not at the moment in possession of my biometric identifier, I'm sure that the chairman will understand, and his perpetually bushy eyebrows will certainly not hurt stock prices.
Wait, you're the stylist? Thank the law you're here. Everyone knows how particular the chairman is about his eyebrows. Here, take my biometric ID instead. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock.
Ruh-roh.
Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Junlei, that better be you.
Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge.
Thank you.
How can I be of assistance?
Tell me who just docked. Tell me who just... well, let's continue. Let us continue our conversation from before, I suppose.
Forgive me, Captain. I would rather not discuss Alex Hawthorne today. I am feeling discombobulated. Was there another topic on your mind?
Is it because we have the final mission here? But, are you sad when you remember him? Yeah, sure.
No, I am sure I cannot feel emotions. The memory has merely disrupted one of my processors. Glitches can be quite uncomfortable. It was my fault he died. I should have predicted the statistical unlikeliness of success of my captain's actions. In fact, I did, but illogically disregarded the results.
Oh. Why did you do that?
He asked me to trust him.
Oh. I see. That didn't end well for you, did it? And now I've asked you to trust me as we're assaulting this prison planet. Uh-oh.
Captain Hawthorne attached 98.4% of the ship's processes to my computer, thereby giving me near total control. I have been programmed to deftly calculate navigation vectors through asteroid fields while also operating our ship's toasters. Alex
seems
also
unnecessary.
taught me the concept of a personality. He was quite delighted when I crafted one in order to better engage with him. It was basic in the beginning.
Yeah, tell me more about where you originally came from.
The information in my memory banks says I am an autonomous digital astrogator, created by, redacted, on the date of, redacted, for the express purpose of, redacted. I have not yet decided if I should attempt to uncover the missing information regarding my birth.
Do it!
I asked once. Alex did not build me, and would not say who did.
Do it! Fucking do it! Can't tell her to do it. Fine. I cannot believe I am doing this, but I am taking Felix and Vicar Max to save the world. It's okay. I'm Chairman Rockwell's stylist.
Now it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe.
Holy crap! Oh my god, it really is! It's Junwei! Junwei and her Barnettes! Hooray! Hey guys, they're over there. Yes, prisoners! As in, you will soon be prisoners. Don't mind me. Don't mind me just running through the chaos. Look over there, people from Groundbreaker. I can't believe that worked. Thanks, Junwei.
I wonder how long we'd last out on the surface. Entering the labyrinth's the easy part. Making it back out. I'm still trusting your plan on that one, Captain.
I have a plan? Wait. Wait, I have a plan? Wait, Max, when do I have a... Felix, did you tell him I had a plan? Do you trust me enough to think that I have a plan? I'm touched, but you told him I have a plan? Fuck, I hope I have a plan.
Lead the way, boss. I got your back.
Oh, now you're on my side. Great. It's just great. Hey, guys, upstairs. Upstairs, there are people from Groundbreaker here. There are people from Groundbreaker. They're mad at us. They're trying to kill people. They're, like, real mad and junk. I don't know. Here, let me just refresh my disguise. I'm sorry, did I say refresh my disguise in a place where you could hear me? I meant, depressed by these guys. See, because Felix's mom has stage 7 cancer, and Max is the guy who gave it to her, but they're lovers, so it's awkward and sad. So I got depressed by these guys. I certainly did not say refresh my disguise. What are you talking about? Anyway, now that these guys have depressed me, let's continue going this way. I totally have permission to be here. I'm Captain, what's-his-face, Chairman Rockwell's eyebrow guy, don't you know? That's me. Dude with the eyebrows. Hello.
This is like a bad dream I once had.
Alright, so here we go. Let's just, I'll have some light ammo for my corporate gun. That's what I have. A corporate-approved gun.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
What? What? Iconoclasts! Zora! Zora came to save me! Holy crap! The Van Noise! The Van Noise are here! Awesome! Go, my iconoclast brethren! I don't subscribe to your theories, but I'm glad you're on my side. Because I rescued the Van Noys, the Van Noys are here! It's Hoover Dam all over again! Yes! It's Hoover Dam and I don't have to fire a shot. This is amazing. Hi.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
We totally did. What are you talking about? I was hired to test your security procedures. Congratulations, you passed.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. I will be sure to pass this on to your supervisor, but also thank you for your vigilant service. By the way, there are dudes, like, back that-a-way. You might want to fuck them up.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
Attack!
Thanks. Hey, dudes, Stellar Bay's attacking. You might want to care about that. Do not disturb when lights are on. Too bad. Oh, hi.
Well, look who it is.
I'm your eyebrow guy.
I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And I see you've brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
And the convict. The vicar. You know, most people, once they're out of prison, don't seem keen on returning.
Oh, I would go anywhere to see you fall, sir.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Do you really think you're surviving this conversation, buddy? But hey, what's the announcement?
Haven't you heard? Phineas is working for us now. It took some doing, but employing an efficient management strategy of putting our guns to his head seems to have done the trick.
Doubt it.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around.
Mm-hmm.
But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
Sure. Yeah, that crackpot is saving people, dickbag.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
Not really.
Are you kidding me? We're out here trying to clean up your mess.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
Maybe you could be more cooperative, though. Hey, listen, maybe we don't have to kill this guy. Maybe I can sweet talk him. I am very charming.
Oh, right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanton dissent. We don't need your help.
But I'm very charming. Oh, but Leggett, I'm so damn charming.
I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Are you out of your mind? Rockwell's the biggest monster in Halcyon. You got any idea how many lives he's destroyed? How many people he's hurt? I've had enough. You even think about cooperating with this animal? And you and I are finished.
Oh. Well, in that case, fuck this guy.
You're damn right it is.
If you're gonna place more faith on this brat than the chairman of the fucking colony, then there's no hope for you. Go get yourself killed.
I'm sorry. Are you just gonna... Hold on. Let's talk about Chairman Rockwell's plan. Channel my inner cinema sins here for a second. Chairman Rockwell's plan is to tell me that he won't work with me, tell me that he hopes I die, and then stand there poking at his digital clipboard while I and my 2 heavily armed compatriots go about our business. I don't think that's a good plan.
Heads up, jackass! You're hurt. Oh! I held back. We're not getting through. Careful, you're hurt.
Why wasn't my thing working? Rockwell's plan, something, dropkick himbo. You know what? Let's finish with him and maybe start with the mechanical guardians. That sounds like a better plan.
I've had quite enough of you. You better get past that over.
Guarantee Felix got the finishing shot on Rockwell. Want that noted.
That's one down. Everyone all right?
The board are now agitated. The board are upset. The board do not like me very much on account of I have murdered Chairman Rockwell. Well, I suppose that's a good reason to be agitated with someone. Oh my god, I can still just ho-hum my way through here. We can have a completely non-violent prison escape, except for the part where I murder Chairman Rockwell. Trying to get straight with the Conde's orders, only a few things more from my end. Don't know what we'll do about the cameras. She says security footage ain't enough. Bringing in a VIP for internment. Okay, so that's Phineas. Something about recording an announcement. They're all overly excited. I guess this VIP's been on the run for a while. Uh-huh. So Sophia wanted the You had no idea how tough it was getting a fucking green tarp. Okay. So they set up cameras to record the announcement. Also, hey, what are these? Whoever works here uses adhesive notes to stay organized. Couple of the more intelligible ones. Rockwell visit to do. Confiscate badges, reprint badges, change maintenance locks, reevaluate lockdown procedure. And then they set up over-under bets. Okay. So, yeah. I cannot believe that this can be a totally violence-free break-in, except for the part where we murder Chairman Rockwell. And presumably Sophia Conde. Also, I'm a little surprised that the final boss...
I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So, get in there and fight!
Sanjar! My buddy Sanjar! My buddy Sanjar's here! Oh, hooray for my buddy Sanjar! Also, was Sophia planning on turning on Chairman Rockwell or something? Because it kind of seems like that's what was happening there. Like, we're supposed to think the VIP was Phineas, but actually it's Chairman Rockwell, and Sophia was planning to turn on Rockwell?
My life has been leading up to this point. I believe I am ready for this.
All right, boss. I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. Oh, look, it's another video screen housing Sophia Conde.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life.
Hi there.
You've been working with Dr. Wells from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
When we moved to arrest him, he was prepared.
Yes.
I lost good soldiers in the attempt.
Good.
You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Okay. Yeah, but you're losing. You're fucking losing. Just give it up.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
But I'm so very charming.
You have a flair for subtlety. If you'd worked for me, you would have been the greatest fixer Halcyon has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy.
Okay. I mean, that fair. You're gonna do your duty or die trying. I get it. Let's move along. Listen, chick. Maybe Felix will let me work with you. Come on. Come on.
Our partnership is behind us.
Oh.
You had your chance to work with me, but you elected to, as the common worker might say, throw in with that demented old test tube jockey.
Nonsense.
Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him.
He's directly behind you. I can see him.
All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
Or we could do literally anything else. Listen, we can talk about this. I'm very charming.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parlay with me.
I need good persuade. My persuade's not that good. Okay, well, fair enough. Maxed out persuade. I understand that. However, I am very charming. You're one of the only rational people left.
Anyone with eyes can see that you're talented, Captain. I only wish you'd used your talents for good. You wander the system, doing as you please, answering to no one.
Pretty much.
Your mere existence throws Halcyon into chaos. I simply can't have that.
Go back to Earth? Go back to Earth. Also, the board's the one fucking this up.
The board is the only power left at Halcyon. We're the only ones keeping this colony from dissolving into ruin. You had so much potential. I would have put your talents to good use. I would have made you wealthy beyond belief.
Have you seen how many bits I have? Hey, all you have to do is stop fighting me and let me win, and then we can work together, because I will have won.
I'm not in the business of working with my enemies, and you've made your loyalties abundantly clear.
Then can we fight now, please?
You're always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells.
You mean the madman behind you? Yeah, but your plan's not going to work either.
Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen act of corporate vandalism. By the way, those test subjects you killed, they died in agony.
Thank you, I needed that.
My scientists assure me they can recover the data you've destroyed. You've succeeded in temporarily delaying our research. Nothing more.
Yes, but I'm actually very good at hacking, so fuck you.
That isn't true. It can't be. You're trying to manipulate me.
You can't prove that.
That experiment was absolutely essential to the program. My scientists assured me they were close to a breakthrough.
And?
They gave me their word.
And? ... and, chick.
Damn you. You are telling the truth. My scientists have been lying to me, and I was stupid enough to trust them at their word.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to start all over again. All that research, all those experiments, you've set us back decades.
That's what I do, babe.
I haven't given up on the program yet. You've caused some complications, but I can improvise. I can fix this. I haven't lost control of the labyrinth yet. Our security system is still operational. I can still put a stop to you.
Fuck. My hack isn't good enough. Oh, damn it. Oh, if my hack was good enough, I could complete the... Oh, okay. So you can dialogue check your way through this, but you need a very particular set of skills. And Jack Necktie's got the lie, and he's a good hacker. But he's not that good a hacker. Oh well.
This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain.
A robot?
And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically or something.
The final boss is a big robot? Wait, I have robophobia. Why am I not afraid of the... I should really be afraid of the big robot. Oh, fuck. Son of a bitch. Son of a... Well, I need lockpick 100 to get in there. That's the open door to the... Is there any way I can get in there? Tech skills... Ooh! The Safecracker's jacket! The Safecracker's jacket! Okay. We're in with a chance. If I can put on the Safecracker's jacket, that puts my lockpick at... Where's my lockpick? My lockpick's 102. My lockpick's 102. Because I have Felix, and because I have the perk that doubles bonuses, my lockpick's 102. I wonder what's behind this door.
You're a deft hand with a mag pick.
Please be a computer that weakens the machine. Riot Automechanical is online. UDL is not responsible for lethal force. If the automechanicals in this area need maintenance... Oh, if I had hack 150, I could override it. I could kill it. I could kill it completely. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're not beat yet. What's my hack right now? My hack right now is 142. Okay, none of these are those. Okay, fine. But if I get in here, my hack's 152. My hack's 152 from the Wilderness Ops helmet. My hack's 152. Damage to the RAM unit. Okay. Shutdown sequence. Bypass first password. Bypass second password. Please enter the third password. Wait a second. Access RAM override menu. Attempt RAM shutdown sequence. The RAM unit is in suppression mode. 3-part authentication is required. In the event of a critical malfunction to the RAM unit's main systems, partial authentication may be accepted. So if I hurt this thing... Hold on. If I designate it as a hostile intruder, it'll deploy a suppression unit. Where's the suppression unit? RAM core systems operating below maximum efficiency. In the event of a security... Defensive and offensive capabilities weakened. Great. In the event of a security breach, suppression protocols may be less precise than usual. Okay. Attempt. Bypass. Bypass. But I can't go through because it hasn't suffered the terrible malfunction. I designated it as a hostile presence, and nothing came to kill it. So, do we have to come kill it? Are you going to be mad at me when I come out here? Oh, yup. Okay. Can I sneak up behind you? Maybe I can sneak up behind you. That wouldn't make any sense, but... Maybe I can sneak up behind and kill you. Okay. You appear to be upset. Do you get up after a while? Oh. You get up after a while. But if I sneak up behind you, and I hack you, and you fall over, and I murder the fuck out of you.
Nice one, Captain!
With violence. Oh! You don't like that. But what's to stop me? Hold on.
Got him!
Um,
Nice hit!
That's it. This is the. How is this working? How is this working? Oh, oh, down he goes. Down he goes. I beat the final boss. What the fuck? What the hell just happened? What was that? What was that? What the fuck was that? What the ever-loving fuck was that? Listen, if you want to reward the player for investing in skills, you have to be willing to do things such as turn the final boss into a chump. Because I bet if I wasn't as stealthy as I was, I wouldn't have been able to sneak out this door. And honestly, the door was wide fucking open. And I'm dressed in bright pink. And I sneaked right past this stupid robot. But if I wasn't as stealthy as I am, I wouldn't have been able to get past that door. And if I wasn't as stealthy as I was, I wouldn't have gotten past that door. And if I didn't get past that door, I would have got caught by this guy here. And if I couldn't hack this guy here, I couldn't have snuck my way up into here. And if I couldn't have snuck my way up into here, I couldn't have snuck up behind this guy and hacked him. And if I didn't have the foresight to silence my sniper rifle, I would have gotten one shot. And with my one shot, I would have alerted that guy. I would have alerted these guys. I would have alerted that guy over there. I would have alerted the entire room because I didn't have a silenced rifle. It was only because I had the lockpick to get me in the room, the hack to get me in the computer, the stealth to get me past to the door, and the silenced sniper rifle to get me undetected that I was able to crouch behind the final boss and put a dozen bullets in its glowing weak point and kill it under no threat. I'm sad that I wasn't able to talk my way out of that, but it's very cool that I was able to tech my way out of it. Oh, Sophia.
Why won't you
just
die?
Oh, you don't even want to talk. You just want to shoot me. Okay.
Everyone all right?
It's kind of a shame. Thought I'd get a chance at a dialogue check. Oh well.
Get me out of here!
Yay!
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue.
She wouldn't talk to me.
And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man.
Yes.
You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Yeah. I mean, they stood very little chance. Hey, are you okay, bud?
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Oh, are we starting the sequel bait? Is this the sequel bait part of the video game? All right, listen, I was just going to get some drinks. I had a drink on my way up here because I expected a pleasant conversation instead of an angry lady with a weapon.
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands.
Okay.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing.
Seems bad.
2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Okay.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
Yes.
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
Earth is only an idea to us, but that idea is the bedrock the colony is built upon. If people were to find out it's gone dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to imagine what'll happen once news gets out. Let's just keep this between us for now.
For now.
We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
All right, bud. Let's get some more world building before the credits.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
What happened on Earth?
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
Don't we have telescopes? Wait. Earth is probably more than several light years away from here, and if it's only been a few years, then the light from Earth would still be here, so even a telescope would be... Fuck. Hey, how did you find that out?
I heard it from Akande herself. She tried to pressure me into joining her side, you see. Tried to make me realize that all hope is lost, and that we are alone.
Well...
She was half right. We are alone, and we're going to have to fend for ourselves, because there's no telling what's happened to Earth.
Outer Worlds 2, you're going to Earth, just carve it in stone. Something frigate, though.
You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them.
Great. Awesome. Amazing. No messages, then?
Yes, Akande mentioned as much. Earth hasn't sent us a single message in 3 years. No one knows why. Akande had kept the truth to herself, perhaps with good reason. Can you imagine what would have happened if word got out? We'd have utter pandemonium.
That does sound bad. But also, and this is pretty fucking rich coming from Jack Necktie of all people, you murdered a dozen or so people.
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony.
Accurate.
You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours.
So I shouldn't have survivor's guilt? Good. Well, better late than never.
I'm not asking you to forgive me. Law knows I won't forgive myself. But I'm going to try to set things right. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can.
All right. Off we go. We have work to do.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time.
Yeah!
We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Old friend, you've known me for a week or so. Well, listen. All right, here's the deal. I'm Jack Necktie. I'm very, very smart. You might as well put me in charge of fucking everything. I can't imagine how that could go badly for anyone involved.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free.
I suppose.
Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Kinda. And now we... Oh.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks.
Hooray!
The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town. And those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life.
Well, that's good.
Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer.
Well,
as for Reed Thompson, It was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions.
Hooray!
The future of the groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter.
Yay!
Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed.
Dark times.
Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The Gorgon project created divisions among Wells' newly awakened scientists. Many wanted to let the facility and its failures rot, but others saw an opportunity to improve the work of the original scientists, and perhaps the lives of Halcyon's masses.
No!
With no one to champion the project, however, the promise of Adrena time faded.
Good!
And the Gorgon facilities fell into disuse once more.
Yay!
In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery.
Probably for the best.
Abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left.
Enter Communist
she
Kate.
Quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution
good for
of
her.
the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years.
Yay!
As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future.
He clung.
To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option.
Oh, wow!
Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both.
Of course.
After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows.
Good for him. I know where he can get some.
Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably.
Yay!
Although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted.
Well, you know.
Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path.
Uh-oh.
Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness.
Uh-oh.
Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses.
Yep.
Sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity.
Sure.
The Prophet was not among the bodies.
Of course. Sounds about right.
Your influence further cemented Ellie's perspective.
Aww.
She understood she could never truly rely on others.
Oh.
So she set about making sure she wouldn't have to. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own.
Well, that's good.
She enjoyed a long and infamous career running missions across the system. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony. No celebrations in the streets.
We overthrew the board.
There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony.
That's true.
Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed.
That's
the
Parvati.
Stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention.
She did not like
Having
that.
served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart.
Aww.
Mioka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony.
Good.
This led to a boost in SAM unit sales.
Good.
Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon?
Of course.
Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor.
Oh, right, him.
Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry.
Yay!
Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope.
Hooray!
Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement.
Holy shit!
Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony.
Hooray for socialist revolution!
Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor.
Oh.
He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony.
Yeah!
You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony.
That's right.
Until the end of your
moved.
days.
Oh.
No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Alex Hawthorne. Wow. Okay. The Outer Worlds. Cap says Nyoka's story is the only one that falls a little flat for me. I mean, I don't think she's the only one who ends off where she started. Like, Ellie winds up Ellie doesn't wind up where she started. Ellie winds up where she wanted to be. And I think that's just because of, like... That's because of options that I took in the conversation with her during her loyalty mission and right at the end of that. Like, obviously, she learned from me that everyone, even people who are on your side, has their own angle. And that's not entirely the wrong way to go about it. So Ellie got exactly the life that she wanted. And honestly, I feel like everybody except perhaps Felix got the life that they wanted at the start of the game, right? You know, maybe Max didn't want to wind up in exactly the same place he was at the beginning of the game as this, like, wizened old scholarly type person who everybody went to for advice. But it worked for Max. I was so happy for Parvati and Junlei. I was so... I don't know if happy's the right word for Ellie, but she certainly seems happy, so good on her. Nyoka got the life that she wanted. Felix did get a lot of wisdom. And although honestly, like, Felix, we stormed the prison. You killed Chairman Rockwell with your own gun. You fired a bullet. It went into Chairman Rockwell, and Chairman Rockwell's life ended as a result of that bullet. Like, immediately. You don't get to have any more of an absolute moment of revolution and overthrowing the status quo than that. But at the same time, it is a catchy little slogan. The work of a revolution is done with two hands. So hey, good for Felix. Congratulations to Obsidian for... I don't know why I'm congratulating Obsidian. Thank Obsidian for this game. This was a great game. It is by no means a perfect game. I definitely dunked on it at times. It definitely deserved it at times. There are times, like, if you look at the main plot, like, once the main plot kicks into what feels like it's getting into second or third gear, it just goes boom, pedal to the metal, balls to the wall. We are out of time. We are heading for the end game. Here we go, buddy. Off you go. And that's just it. And you go straight into the end game and don't think about it too long. But other than that, tabletop surviving characters. Oh, and the characters who were slain. Well, that's a shame. Somebody played a monk bugbear? That's a hell of a thing. I'd like to see a monk bugbear. Now I want to play D&D. God damn. Alright. Let's get out of here. I'm going to let these credits roll. Folks on YouTube, let's wrap up the YouTube episode first. People on YouTube, thank you so much for watching The Outer Worlds. We will be back with more of whatever comes next. I mean, right now, we've got Horizon Forbidden West and Hades, and who knows what's coming next. But thank you all so much for watching. Have a good rest of your night. If there's anything after these credits that the folks on YouTube need to see, you'll see it. But other than that, thank you for watching, and goodbye.